Hello, welcome to Fix It with Feng Shui Q&A number 24. So if you're new here, hello, I'm Jill. I'm a Feng Shui consultant and teacher. I have been since 2006. If you watched all the other episodes, yay, I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't submitted a question yet and you haven't, please do that. Whether you're new here or not, email me, jill@jillethia.com, or ask in the comments below what your question is. It can be Feng Shui specific, or it can be about a certain part of your life that you want to boost the energy in. So be sure to ask and I'll answer it on a future episode. So I had Holly ask, what do I need for the front left section? And then she went on to say what she does have in that area already, and it sounds like it's actually a bedroom. So the front left section of your home. So when we are looking at Feng Shui in our home, what we do is we stand in our front door, and I use a version of Feng Shui called BTB Feng Shui. So that's all based on then how we lay the Bagua map. So it's not to do with directions or anything. But when you stand in your front door and you look into your home, you lay your Bagua map on your floor plan based on that. So in the front third of your home, in the left corner, is the wisdom area, and that's what Holly is asking about. She's asking, what do I do in that section? So she's been in asking Feng Shui questions before and doing some Feng Shui work, so she is specifically wondering about that. But for everybody involved, this is a very important area in your home, and I'm going to tell you why. So it's called the wisdom area. So regardless of whether it's a bedroom, it might be you're in my home, it's one of the offices. I have this office, which is in the community area, and then this way is the wisdom area, and it is where another office is, so that's kind of a perfect position for it as well. But it doesn't matter what the room is. What we're going to do is we're going to add certain Feng Shui colors and elements to that room to boost the energy, right? And there's certain colors and elements that align with what that energy is. But let's first talk about the wisdom area. What is that about? Well, it is about gaining knowledge and sharing knowledge in whatever it is in your life. So it's about taking, something new, learning something new. It's about sharing something with somebody else. So it's about any sort of wisdom that you need in your life, from the small things to the big things. And this is why it's a very important area, and we want to make sure that the energy is flowing in it, because wisdom impacts every part of our life. Like if we think about Feng Shui, and the Bagua map has 9 different parts, right? And they all represent a different part of your life. That's the wisdom area, but we have the community area, which is relationships with family and friends and coworkers. Also our daily bills. We have the abundance area, which is money, abundance, material wealth, material things. Self-discovery is all about personal growth. Relationships is about love and self-love. Creativity is about creative pursuits, your creative side of yourself. Communication as well. Assistance is about support. Purpose is about your career and your work, what you want to do every day, the things that you want to create and achieve in your life. And then obviously in the middle section is your well-being section, which is all about your health and wellness. So when we look at that, we need wisdom for all parts of that. Like anytime you have a dream, desire, and goal, anytime you want to make a shift or change, you need some sort of knowledge, wisdom. You might need to learn something personal growth wise that would be very much aligned in your purpose and work, that would be aligned to acquire, do something different with your money. Sometimes you need some wisdom. And so this is an area that really impacts all other parts of your life. So it's very important that we get the energy flowing in this, because it becomes an area that helps boost the energetic cures in the other areas, because you are going to need some wisdom at some point. You're going to need to acquire it. You're also going to need to share it. And so we take a look and go, what do we need from a Feng Shui perspective in that area? Well, the first thing you want, the primary color in that area is blue. So you want to add the color blue. You want to add enough blue that it would be the size of a poster board, 22 by 28 inches. It doesn't have to be all one thing. It can be multiple things that are blue. You want to add, and when we add Feng Shui cures, first off, we are setting clear intentions. So if there's wisdom you want to acquire, wisdom you want to share, set some clear intentions before you add these Feng Shui cures. And so with that intention in mind, you're going to add the color blue. If you already have blue there, that happens a lot where we've actually intuitively put colors in our home in the right places. I want you to add a little bit of something new. It doesn't have to be new to you. It can be from somewhere else in your home, but you're boosting the energy in that area, because maybe there's something you want to acquire and you need to learn more about it. Maybe there's something you want to personally learn and you need to, take a course, or you need to figure out how to get that into your budget to then take the course. Maybe there's something in your purpose in your work that you want to learn so you can do something more, do something different. Like whatever it is, have that clear intention in mind and add more of the color blue to that area. I use poster board all the time. I hide it behind pieces of furniture, behind artwork, in cupboards, because it's just cheap, quick, and easy, which is really what I like Feng Shui to be for you, is it doesn't have to be hard to add the color in. So you're gonna add the color blue, and then it's also an earth element in this area. So earth is any earthen decor, rocks, gemstones, artwork of landscapes and mountains. So you want to add some earth energy to that. Like I always show this because it sits on my desk. This is earth energy. It's a big piece of selenite. So it can be one bigger thing or it could be smaller things. You want to add enough where you start to see the shift in energy, and that's how you know is you're watching your life going, how are things unfolding? Maybe I need to add a little more of the color and element so I don't have enough of that energy in that area. So you're adding earth energy in with your clear intention in mind. And then you're always doing some sort of form of gratitude after you've added a Feng Shui cure. So a prayer, a thank you, Om Mani Padme Hum is the Feng Shui blessing that I tend to use just to complete the cycle. You're thinking about it as if it's already happened as well when you place these cures in your space. You're adding the color blue, you're adding the element of earth, and then the wisdom area is also a spiritual energy area. So anything that represents your spirituality, add into this area as well. And so do that with a clear intention in mind of what the wisdom is that you want to acquire, the wisdom that you want to share. And then just know that you can use this area anytime you're doing something different in your life. So let's say there's personal growth wise something that you want to learn. So you go to your self-discovery area and you're going to boost that energy area with a little bit of red and some fire energy, but then you can go to your wisdom area and add, something spiritual in, or a little bit more earth energy or something specific with that intention in mind. Like these areas work together to support you and create an energetic flow that helps you create what it is you want to achieve in your life. So just know that you can, even though you're working in a specific area that might be different, or maybe it's abundance, the wisdom area will support you. That's what's a very important area in your home. The one thing I would say in this area, if you have the reducing element, so I was talking about basic Feng Shui cures. So you have a primary color, a main element, that's what I shared with you. There's secondary colors, there's building elements, and then there's something called reducing elements. Reducing elements basically interrupt the flow of energy when it comes to whatever the main element is. So when we take a look at the element of earth, wood penetrates earth. So wood is called the reducing element in the wisdom area. And we find in this area, it's very disruptive. And so if you have a bunch of wood items in this area, what you want to do is remove them if you can. But if you can't remove them, I want you to add metal energy. So metal energy is any metal decor, any metal of any type, artwork of cityscapes, bridges, that sort of thing. But you want to add metal energy because it's metal chopping wood, and so then that wood energy is not taking away from that earth element you've added, and this becomes very disruptive in this area. So making sure you're taking away. Now, what happens if it's like maybe Holly, that's where her bed is, so you have a wooden headboard and wooden end tables, and that's actually kind of something you want in your bedroom, then you just add some metal energy to counteract that. For me, remember I said it's the office next door. I can't show you because there's a wall. But we actually have wood furniture in there because we had a beautiful office suite that we had and we weren't going to change what that is. So I put that in there knowing that wood energy doesn't work in this area, but I also added a bunch of metal energy to the area. We have a beautiful skyline that my dad did out of metal. We have artwork of a metal structure. I added a bunch of metal pieces in there to counteract that wood energy, and then I made sure I have an overabundance of earth energy in there as well. And I'm always watching where are we at from a wisdom standpoint of things happening and wisdom showing up in our lives when we need it, and us also sharing wisdom. So I'm monitoring that. But just know that if you have wood energy, it's a reducing element to earth energy, and it really creates a disruption. So take a look at that. If you're not sure, ask in the comments below, message me on Instagram, or post in my free Facebook group, Life Makers, a picture, and I can always help you out with what that is. But here's to boosting the energy in your wisdom area, adding the color blue, adding the element of earth, making sure if you have too much wood energy, you can get rid of some of it or add some more metal with your clear intentions in mind, so that the wisdom area can help you create more of what it is you want in your life and make more of your dreams, desires, and goals a reality. So let's get the wisdom energy flowing. Holly, I look forward to hearing how this goes for you. And if you have a Feng Shui question, be sure to ask it below or email me with it, jill@jillfa.com, and I'd be happy to answer it on the next episode.